After 9 games, it all comes down to this, a one-game showdown to determine first place in the BCFC. The Okanagan Sun will travel to Nanaimo this week as they take on the Vancouver Island Raiders for top spot and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Both teams are coming off blowout wins last weekend, with the Raiders taking down the Chilliwack Huskers 30-4 and the Sun beating up on the Vancouver Trojans 53-0. Heading into Saturday's matchup, the Sun know it will be a much tougher contest, and they'll have to be on the top of their game to come out with a win.
In a game like this, when you get to the last league game or obviously playoff games, the team that makes the least amount of mistakes usually wins. So we got to come out and protect the football offensively. Defensively, know where their key players are. Specifically, a guy like Andrew Harris, we need to know where he is on the field, and just take care of those little things.
Mentally, we need to be on the ball 110% and hopefully not making any physical mistakes like missed tackles and breakdowns in communication and whatnot.
As far as we're concerned, last weekend is over. It's history, We started thinking about the Nanaimo game the second the final whistle blew in the Apple Bowl last week. Vancouver, obviously on a different side of the equation than Nanaimo. They were 0-8 coming in, 0-9 now. So, we got to focus on, obviously, the games ahead of us and the teams we're going to play going forward.
In their only other matchup this season, the Sun were victorious, winning 23-19 on home turf. The Raiders enter the game without a loss at home, and the Sun come in without a loss on the road, which may make things interesting. The two teams approach the offensive side of the ball very differently, with the Sun sitting tops when it comes to passing stats, and the Raiders sitting near the top of running stats in the BCFC. One player that the Sun will look to key on is tailback Andrew Harris, who broke the Canadian Junior Football League record for most touchdowns in a season 2 weeks ago against the Kamloops Broncos.
It's important to shut Andrew Harris down, but it's not the be-all and the end-all. In the BC final last year, I think by Andrew's, his estimation, he probably didn't have a huge game, but they came out with the victory because, we let some other guys make big plays. They've got a lot more talent offensively than just Andrew Harris, so, we have to play sound defense.
Harris is a good player. He's really shifty, really hard to tackle, and we just really got to play our A game and play like we've been taught and play like we've been coached.
I'm very confident that all 12 guys are going to be in the spot they need to be to shut down, be it Harris or Antonini, their quarterback, or any other receiving core. So I have the utmost confidence in the 12 guys we're going to have on the field at any play.
The one thing that the Sun have going against them heading into Saturday is the amount of traveling that they'll have to do on Friday afternoon. It's a long trip over to the island, but it will also give the boys a chance to bond, and they're hoping that will give them an edge heading into the game.
It won't have as much effect as some of their games because we're going down the night before, so it'll be a nice relaxing morning to get up and play.
It's good that we're going down early because then we get the whole day before the game to actually prepare mentally, and we don't have to be stuck on the bus traveling and stuff like that. So I think that'll be definitely a good thing.
Going down the night before, we get to bond before the game, so that's a plus. But to say outright that it's an advantage or a disadvantage, I wouldn't go either way. I think it's just the logistics of the time of the game on Saturday.
Game time on Saturday is 2 p.m. at Caledonia Park in Nanaimo. The Sun open the playoffs October 11th against either the South Surrey Rams or Chilliwack Huskers at home. For more information, visit OkanaganSun.ca. Reporting for Shaw TV, I'm Doug Brown in Kelowna.